Hello, Zonchans. My name is Denise Quarles. As the chairperson of the Membership Task Force, I am pleased to have the opportunity to communicate with you. I would like to express my appreciation to those of you who provided input regarding the membership criteria provisions of the Zonta International bylaws, and you did this by completing 2 surveys and commenting on LinkedIn and the dedicated email address that had been established for member input. Also, I want to share with you some of the key findings from the surveys, as well as recommendations from the Membership Task Force for bylaws revision. As you will recall, the membership dialogue was initiated to consider whether the membership criteria in our bylaws is still relevant, so that we can remain a viable and relevant organization into the future. Like most service organizations, our membership has been declining for several years. In 1994, there were 36,241 Zonchans, and at the end of the 2013 fiscal year, we had 30,183 members. This represents a 17% decline in membership. While we continue to recruit members, more Zonchans leave us than join each year. Most of those persons leaving Zonta do so after having been a member for only 2 years. We certainly must stop this decline so that more women and girls can benefit from our support. Additionally, we have an aging membership, with most members between the ages of 46 to 65, and a very small number between the ages of 20 and 35. We do great work, and our services are in demand, although we need to be more visible in our communities and globally. By being more visible and credible, we will attract and retain membership and secure donations to our foundation. In 2013, a membership task force was established with members drawn from the International Membership Committee, governors, lieutenant governors, the Zonta International Board, and headquarters to review the membership criteria in Zonta's bylaws. The criteria in bylaws articles 4 and 14 were reviewed. The subjects of those criteria are invitation to membership, requirements for decision-making experience, diversity of classifications, and club attendance requirements. Given the declining membership, high rate of resignations after 2 years of membership, and the aging membership, it was determined that input was needed, so membership dialogues was initiated. The task force surveyed members through 2 online surveys, which we called membership dialogues, and this took place in August and November 2013. Also, the Zonta International Board has reviewed membership trends, benchmarking against other service club organizations, and more. Additionally, they have considered that any recommended changes to bylaws or manuals must serve both traditional clubs and support the future growth of e-clubs. So let's talk about the August 2013 survey. There were 4,621 members who responded. That represents 15.5% of the membership. 45% of respondents live in Europe, and 34% live in North America. This response breakdown was anticipated in that the first and second highest percentages of our membership reside in Europe and North America, respectively. 77% of respondents had held an elected office, the majority being at the club level. People who had been members for 11 to 20 years were the majority of the respondents at 26%, and those who had been members for 20-plus years comprised 22% of the respondents. Now, today I'm not going to provide all of the survey details to you because you can go to the Zonta International website and see a report from me where I detail the responses to every question. Also, when I talk to you about the first survey, I will not indicate any information regarding membership and classification issues because that will be part of my discussion about Survey 2. So, for the first survey, one of the major areas was being a current or former decision maker. And the question was, you can be a decision maker without being a manager or a recognized professional. A strong response of 88% agreed with that. You can only call yourself a decision maker if you are a manager at the executive level. 84% disagreed. Having decision-making experience should continue to be a requirement to become a member. This is a very close response in terms of 55% agreeing, 45% disagreeing. Any younger professional who has a passion for our mission but has not yet attained a decision-making position should be eligible to become a member. A very strong response of 89% agreeing. Regarding decision-making positions, there was a question that a former Golden Z Club member or Klausman or Earhart recipient should be eligible to become a club member even if he or she has not yet attained a decision-making position. A very strong response in agreement, 90%. If a former Golden Z Club member or Klausman or Earhart recipient who has not yet attained a decision-making position joined a club, he or she should be able to serve as a delegate at convention. 65% agreed. If a former Golden Z Club member or Klausman or Earhart recipient who has not yet attained a decision-making position is able to join a club, he or she would have to pay the same international dues of $80 as other members pay. 88% agreed. In order to obtain clarification about opinions regarding invitation to membership and classification from the first survey, the Membership Task Force developed a second survey which was sent to all members in November 2013. For that survey, there were 1,986 respondents, representing 7% of our membership. 41% live in Europe and 34% live in North America. 67% participated in the first survey, and 88% have held elected office, mostly at the club level. As I indicated earlier, the two main issues that were discussed or provided for in this survey were regarding classification and invitation to membership. The question, there should continue to be a membership eligibility requirement for an individual to have experience in a recognized business or profession. 71% said yes. Diversity of classifications. For the question, we should continue to require diversity of classifications within each Zonta club, 65% said yes. Instead of requiring each club to maintain a specific minimum number of classifications equal to 1/4 the total number of members in the club, each club should be encouraged to maintain professional diversity. A very strong percentage, 85% agreed. In regards to invitation to membership, a prospective member should be required to submit an application. 70% said yes. To become a member, there should continue to be a requirement for a person to receive an invitation for membership. 65% said yes. An individual who meets the membership eligibility criteria should be able to join Zonta without receiving an invitation for membership. Again, this is one of those questions where there was a very close number of yes and no responses. 46% said yes, 54% said no. In summary, much valuable information was obtained from the 2 surveys and the commentary on LinkedIn and through the dedicated email address established for member input. The membership dialogues reinforced the need to revise the membership criteria and to consider the trends affecting service club organizations globally. We certainly do great work, but we need to increase our visibility and credibility. This can be accomplished with a viable and relevant organization through which we can increase our service to improve the lives of women. So I would now like to share with you the recommendations that the Membership Task Force made to the International Board in regard to bylaws revisions. The task force indicated that it would want to recommend the requirement for an invitation to membership needs to be clearly defined so that individuals are not excluded from membership for subjective reasons. Any member application should include a signature confirming commitment to our mission and an understanding of the expectations for membership. Former Golden Z Club members, as well as Amelia Earhart and Jane Klausman Women in Business awardees, should be invited to membership without regard to whether or not they have achieved a decision-making position in their careers. There should be clarification on the need for a member to sponsor a prospective member, as not all prospective members have a personal affiliation with an existing member. And the final recommendation was that attendance at a specific number of meetings should not be required. We need to recognize that individuals have varying degrees of personal and professional commitment and therefore should not be mandated to attend an arbitrary specific number of meetings. For instance, some persons may be able to routinely participate in club events, but only occasionally attend club meetings. We also recommended that the once-a-year in-person requirement for e-clubs should be maintained, as that is flexible and appropriate for that type of club. Thank you for joining the webinar and for having an interest in the membership dialogues. You will hear more about this as we approach the convention, and at the convention itself there will be discussions about the various bylaw revisions, including those that are recommended for membership criteria. Thank you again.